She scared the shit out of me, dude. Anyways, oh, where was I? Oh, right. Panoramic view. Yeah, I think I discovered a little tear with me. I hurt my head. It's personal. I'm bleeding blue with panoramic view, like a horseshoe crab. My taste in you is personal. Look, ma, no hands in panoramic view. Somewhere out there still, I believe in magic. Let the monsters loose, I believe in magic. I won't let them hurt you. Lay your hands on me, I believe in magic. A romantic fool, I believe in magic. I won't let them hurt you. Alright, so there's a difference there. There's a difference between when I'm in the car and I'm feeling secure, and when I'm out on the street and randos can just come by. You know what I mean? It's like when I got the stick here and I can, you know, I got the camera in the car. My car is like my personal, you know, my safe space. You know, my traveling safe space, as it were, because I'm just too fucking quick to catch. You know what I mean? Synchronicity, when I'm in this fucking vehicle, I'm like Mad Max. Can't be caught. I can slow it down, I can speed it up, I can flip it over. Fucking 10 years, I was only caught by one person, drunk driver. That's why drunk driving is really, that's really why they go after drunk drivers, because it doesn't matter how good of a driver you are. If that motherfucker is blasted, it doesn't matter how good you know, they're gonna, you know, it wasn't even intentional. They've tried to send torpedoes after me left, right, and fucking center. You know what I mean? Douchebags on the scooters, the whole nine, the black and white, boom. You know, I never once, but a fucking drunk driver, Puerto Rican, go figure. You know what I mean? Anyway, so there's a tear there. I also noticed something, that it was different when I was putting the bike together. It's different than when I'm riding the bike. You know what I mean? I'm putting the bike together in the comfort of my front yard. Now, when I go and try to use the narcissist camera, like the narcissist portal, scrying orb, what have you, the witch's eye, you know, I'm becoming self-conscious. You know, I'm becoming self-conscious of that synchronicity. That motherfuckers will swarm. Motherfuckers will swarm. I've, you know, been living it. Been living it, baby. You know what I mean? When you live it, you live it. That's just how it is. When they swarm, they swarm. They say, oh, it's within you. And it's like, no. These motherfuckers are retarded. These people are dumb. They're standing around this, you know, they're standing around this location for reasons they don't understand. You know what I mean? These people are fucking dumb. They're stupid. And it's easy to disdain them. You know what I mean? That's when you go out in public and you're trying to fucking do something. It's like being famous with none of the perks, none of the money. You know? What a pain in the dick. I guess, like, it's what targeted individuals go through. And I've researched that, and it's like, you know, whatever, there's some kind of signal, something's activated, whether it's activated within you or it's triggered in some certain way. You know, I'm still unsure. I think it might be a personal thing, but there may be techniques that actually have, like, people actually unlock that within you. If it's not inherently born, if you're not like, maybe she's born with it, maybe it's Maybelline, you know what I mean? Might be one of them situations too. Who knows? And it very well might be. It very well might be. You know what I mean? So, you know, there's a rift there, and there's a difference between building something up and then utilizing something. You know what I mean? You're putting it together, but now you want to go use it. put the bike together. You know what I mean? Somebody else crafted. And it was different when I go to use the thing. I set the camera up, but then something changed within me when going to utilize it. Also, the rain didn't help, you know what I mean? And it felt like, 10 o'clock in the morning, it felt like people were just coming out of nowhere when I kind of just wanted the underpass all to myself, just to do my little presentation. So that might be an internal thing with me, is that I still value my privacy to a great extent. I value the narcissistic and the scrying thing, but it may be telling in that I enjoy my privacy, my that I'm simply unwilling to share face to face. It doesn't help the fact that I can snap somebody's fucking head off just by looking at them. You know what I mean? It makes it difficult to hold a conversation. Like, you're looking at somebody at a bus stop, and like, you're just looking at them and their fucking head snaps off, and it's like, what are you gonna do? It gets lonely. It's lonely. They're like, it's like, I don't know if it's like a King Midas thing, but it's like I gotta avert my eyes and pretend I'm completely fucking retarded. I have to talk like I'm on methadone all the time. It gets lonely because, like, when you blow up all your friends, like, it's like you want to fucking, you want to be friendly or whatever, but you say the wrong thing, and now they're in fucking intensive, they're in a fucking psych ward for fucking 3 months on antipsychotics. It's just like completely fucking counterproductive. You know what I mean? And it was like, it's just a joke. It was just a joke, dude. Please don't be exploded. It's like it's terrible. It's a curse. It's a curse. And maybe I'm just being egotistical, but when it goes off well, it's funny. It's funny. It's just people are so sensitive these days, and like, they take things so literally that it's sad. It's sad what's going on with people, and how far they've regressed, and just how sensitive and weak people are. It's not good. It's not a good thing. But I mean, I'm getting like way off topic, because like, I've been watching somebody, and I've been watching how they've changed, and how, it's never just a one thing. And I'm oscillating myself, but not between belief and disbelief anymore. I'm oscillating between, fucking common sense and like internal feelings. You know what I mean? It may be like, I'm dealing with, I'm struggling between the head and the heart. As corny and as convoluted as that sounds, I'm struggling between the head and the heart. And it's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing to go back and forth between the two. I mean, I know that it's the head that must rule. The heart can't rule. But it's a struggle. It's a struggle for someone who is sensitive to begin with. You know what I mean? You don't have empathic tendencies with that, empathic sensibilities without being sensitive. You know what I mean? So it's a struggle. And, struggle between the head and the heart. what must rule and what can rule. You know, and the head ultimately should, but that doesn't mean that, you know, this base materialism is the way to go for everything, because it really isn't. Because it only takes you so fucking far. It really does. The logic, you hit like Hegelians, and your dialectics only go so far, and you need a little, you know, for a few crucial steps, it needs to be detached. With matters of the heart, it's like, you know, there is the compassion and stuff like that. That only goes so far. But there's also, you know, the things like desire, and, you know, you've seen where the good, you know, you've seen good changes, and you've seen people improve. On the same token, it's like, is the path to hell fucking paved with good intentions? You know what I mean? Is good intent enough, and is beauty enough, and, you know, is it wise? And these things, it's like the scales tip, and then they tip again, and they tip again, and they tip again. And when does it end? You know, in balance. And then it's like, you know, maybe I'm just unprepared. I'm unprepared for you know, to let something go. You know, that really might be the truth of the matter. Unfortunately. You know, I'm unprepared. But I have to, you know, really consider that, and why, you know, why I'm back to it again after I thought I had already let it go. You know, it's hard to understand. I you know, I'm humble enough to realize that I don't understand, you know, how it tipped when I thought it was rectified, and then for some reason it returned again. So I gotta figure out what's going on there. You know, but not too much, because there's other things going on. You know, got the day-to-day shit. It's just you know, it's hard, and maybe, you know, maybe it is time to just fucking let things go. On the other hand, you know, you've seen the positive, so it's like, it really is like, you really have to weigh it. You know, it's not an easy thing. Luckily, it doesn't seem, it's not like a pressing issue, and it's not like it's not the end of the world. It's not an end of the world type thing. It's just you know, it's a balance between the head and the heart, but it doesn't really particularly matter, because it's not like, it's not an immediate thing. It's only a notion, you know. It's only something, it's only a notion within myself. It's not, you know, it doesn't fall under the purview of common sense. And yet it, you know, there are some things that you'll never forget, so. It's a strange thing, and I guess poets go on about it, you know, for years and years and years, and you hear it in the songs, and, you know, it's, you know, half-spoken, half-whispered sort of shit, you know what I mean? And it's like, whatever. It's not pertinent. It's not pertinent for the daily routine, but it would be important to rectify. Should it be rectified? Probably. Is it an endless battle? It might be. It might be. You know, that might just be like the dichotomy between the masculine and the feminine, you know, an internalized struggle. But it really shouldn't be, as an adherent to balance, you know. So that's you know, can it be rectified in today's day and age? You know, because people are so divided internally. You know, it hasn't really been an issue till recently, till I've had like explorations of, you know, fucking feelings or whatever. Stoicism makes it so simple. You know, they make Medusa out to be like this horrible monster. It's like, no, turn the stone, dude. You know what I mean? Look, it is what it is. It's a cold, hard world. Easy, simple for a dude, many times. You know? So here's the logic behind this, and you know, you want to run your world on pure emotion, you're gonna make the wrong moves, and then, you know, everything's gonna fall apart. You know, and then there's no one to blame but yourself, because you can't run society on pure emotion. You know what I mean? The pure feels, it just cannot be solved. You know, common sense should be ruling the roost, but it doesn't. It doesn't for a lot of people. And I'm beginning to understand why, because there is an allure to it, you know. And it throws back to a previous video, at least in my mind, of the notion. You have to weigh the common sense between the notion, and that's, you know, I'm caught oscillating between the two. And it's, you know, for me personally, I don't have to make a decision about any of it, because, you know, like it affects me, but it's not like a, you know, it doesn't affect my work, you know, it's not affecting like the decisions I make. You know, as far as I can tell, it's not affecting my future. You know, it's more of a, I don't know. I don't even know if it's a concern for others. Probably not. You know, and that's the strange part about it. It's like, ultimately, is it aesthetic? Because as, you know, as more of a, like, with a monk aesthetic, it doesn't really pertain, does it? You know, I'm not like looking for love, like looking to understand the nature of love, but to be in love with someone I don't know, some dark whisper in the night. It's like, I don't know. A lot of it's super cool, but is it a childhood thing? Is that like, you know, is that something people experience when they're younger? You know? Like, is that something people are supposed to even know about, or is it a fucking disease? You know what I mean? Some people call it like the hat. Is it the Hat Man, the Slender Man? Or, you know what I mean? Like, is it Dracula syndrome? I've been accused of having Dracula-like qualities, you know, unfairly. I think, because Dracula was an emotional fucking train wreck. And, like, I can at least identify when I'm oscillating. I don't think I'm BPD or any of this shit, but, you know, I can identify if I'm getting a little swingy, you know what I'm saying? Dracula's like, you know what I mean? And like Dracula, I do have a type. I can't even deny that. I don't know. At least I get it off my chest.